Hey everybody, it's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. All right, I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one that just watched the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I must say how disappointed I am in a few of y'all ladies, and we're gonna have to get into this. Shamia, Kelly, Brit, Porsha, every single one of y'all getting the smoke. Every single one. Especially Shamia and Kelly. Especially y'all two. Because we expected more. Oh, wait. Cynthia, I'ma light your ass up. We gotta light your ass up. You in these heavy wigs. You in these 6,000% density wigs that you wore this episode. We lighting you and all of that synthetic up. We lighting it all up. How dare y'all? How y'all doing though? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody having a good day. It is 9:45 or 9:48 now, and I'm on time. Can I get a hand clap for me being on time? Huh? Can we get a hand clap for that? Because I deserve a like for y'all seeing me on time. That's what I believe. And that's just no, that's forever. Again, no notification. Look, at the end of the day, y'all gonna have to search for me. Y'all gonna have to search for me because at the end of the day, YouTube may not be on my side. It ain't on my side, y'all. So let me give y'all a second to get on up in here. We could chop it up for maybe like a good 5 minutes maybe. And I'll give y'all some time. Those of y'all who are in here, please share the live. Let everybody know that I'm live. I'll take the time right now to share it too. I thought that y'all got an announcement based on what this streaming platform said, but I see y'all have it. And y'all have to make sure that if you are subscribing to the channel, y'all have to click the bell on a notification. Just because you subscribe does not mean that you're automatically gonna just get all the notifications from my channel. Y'all are gonna have to click the bell so y'all are notified every single time I make an upload. Okay, just so y'all know. And hold on, let me show y'all real quick. Hold on. Let me give y'all a little brief, whatchamacallit, real fast. So let me share the screen real fast so y'all can see what I'm talking about. In case y'all didn't know. Hold on, I'm about to share. Because a lot of y'all, I don't think, know this. I don't know why. But let's say this right here. I love watching Leology. But when you subscribe to the channel, right? Let me unsubscribe, right? And then I'm going to subscribe again. Now, when I subscribe, it says personalized. If you want to know when I go live, y'all, if y'all want to know when I go live, you need to click all. Okay? That's what y'all gonna have to do. That's what y'all gonna have to do. Otherwise, it's way too many people going live at the same time. Y'all ain't gonna find out. All right. All right. So can y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all ready for me to start this? Let me stop sharing this screen real fast. Let me remove this. Let me as well. I received one. The story on Johnny Depp wig at the beginning of the season told everything I needed to know about Cynthia. Hi, Jeremy. Kelly is appearing more and more fake to me. That make the both of us. Please go in on Porsha and the puppets using all the colorful language. Okay, I see one. Can I get 2 ones? Okay, I see 3 ones. Can I get 5? Can I get 5 ones? Did y'all like the video? Make sure y'all like the video because this ain't easy. All right. And y'all, are y'all, I know y'all can only see the top but are y'all fucking with the glasses today? You know, these ain't prescription. I got LASIK, about 2 years ago. But, I wanted to try something new. And this is a crop top, but I ain't gonna stand up for y'all because y'all don't need to see all that. Okay. Now listen, let's get started. So the episode picks up where the last one left off. We all on a girls' trip, right? We all on a girls' trip to have a good time in the name of Porsha and her birthday, right? So after the festivities that had happened the night before, where Angela basically got jumped at the table for telling everybody that she wanted Drew to come to the trip, we're here in the aftermath, right? So we see Brit on the phone with her, collapsed husband, basically saying, yeah, Mike, it's just crazy out here. It's a lot going on with Angela, and the end of the day is she wanted to invite Drew on her own accord, and it's just not your place. It's just not your place. And I'm just looking at Angela sideways, and I just don't know how to feel about her at the moment. I just don't. Right? Then we see Shamia. We see Shamia is on the phone with her husband, and she is letting us know that she is just so hurt because her daughter just has so much things going on, and it's just all coming at her really fast right now, and she just feels like she's just carrying the weight of the world on her back by herself. She feels like she wants to give her husband a son, and because he's a good man, he deserves that. Because at the end of the day, you got to be a woman. You got to be a wife. You have to be a child bearer for your husband. And so she's crying. We see her, breaking into tears. I was like, at this fucking point, Shamia, we are 8 episodes into the fucking season. Are you gonna cry every single time you on fucking camera? Now, I understand that we all have emotional moments. I understand that we all have shit going on, but you need to pull yourself together. Because at the end of the day, this is all self-inflicted. You didn't have, hey Bonnie, how you doing, sis? You don't have to have a child, but the fact that you're willing to put somebody else's body at risk or potentially your own body at risk just for the sake of this man rearing a son out of you is insane. What the fuck supposed to be, pit bulls? Are we breeding you motherfuckers at this point? At the end of the day, you have so much stuff to worry about already with your daughter's health, your health. You just miscarried. At the end of the day, why are we trying to have another baby when you still are so emotionally unstable that you are crying every single time you on camera? Why are we going to bring another child into this? You bet. And I'm not trying to call you a bad mom, because I am pretty sure that Shamia is an amazing mother. Okay. One of your daughters was acting like going to the hospital was a field trip because she'll be a big girl. I get to go to the hospital today, mommy. I'm so excited. I never in my life seen the child say that. Never in my life. Even when I was a child, I didn't want to go to the damn doctor. Let alone my daughter being so excited, because at the end of the day, what we can see is that your daughter, the one who has a lot of health complications, is getting majority of the attention. Your older daughter probably doesn't feel that she gets that same amount of attention. And now you want to bring in a whole nother child into the situation. And by the way that you're acting when it comes to you leaving the household and your husband being there to be there for the kids makes me feel as if you don't think that he can handle this on his own. You shouldn't be feeling like you in this all by yourself, that you doing this all by yourself, that you were enduring all of this pain all by yourself. Because at the end of the day, aren't you married? Isn't the fucking point of being married to have somebody to stand in the fucking paint with you? I'll be damned if I'm going to get married and still feel like I'm fucking alone. I swear, I don't know what it is, but heterosexual people make marriage sound completely fucking miserable. Dead ass. And you going through all of this shit? You going through all of this shit, Shamia, and you still have enough time to be petty with bitches and to be a fucking follower. This is why you was never able to achieve any fucking thing that you actually wanted to as far as entertainment, because you are so comfortable playing the second fucking fiddle, and that could never be a bitch like me. Could never. I could never play background to another bitch. I would never feel comfortable being the fucking background to Diana Ross. I would never. That could never be me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So next scene we see, we go to Angela and Cynthia. Cynthia comes out on the veranda. I don't know if it's called the veranda, but it sounds like it's the right word for me to use for what this area of the house is, the veranda. Okay. And she wants to know how Angela is doing. And the first thing I saw before I even saw Cynthia was this wig. Cynthia, I don't know who made this wig. I don't know where you got this wig, but baby, you didn't have to put every bundle into the fucking wig. You really didn't have to do that. Y'all be putting like 18 bundles on one wig, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this point. We don't need y'all to put the whole beauty salon bundle section in one wig. It's okay. It's okay to just have 1 to 2 bundles in one wig. It's all right. It's all right. Save some for later. Okay? After all of these years on Housewives, Cynthia, you still wearing these 6,000% density wigs? It's ridiculous for me. Cynthia was just so happy, y'all, to be back on camera, back in like a full-time capacity. She was just smiling ear to ear. Cynthia is just happy to be there, and she's going to say whatever she needs to say to solidify her position. I can 100% understand why Kenya cut you the fuck off, but let's continue. So she is talking to Angela, right? And her and Angela are talking about how everybody was so upset about her wanting Drew to be invited on the girls trip. Now, she ended up saying that she probably made a misstep, which you did. But at the end of the day, this is a group event. This is a group trip for a show that is not Porsha's. If Porsha wanted shit to go only Porsha's way, then her ass could have came back for a second season of Family Matters, but the bitch ain't do that, did she? So at the end of the day, if Drew is a fucking part of the cast, then Drew gonna take her ass on the trip that is being funded by Bravo, because I know your ass cannot afford that house on your own. Let's be real here. Okay? If we all gonna keep it facts, let's keep it facts. So Cynthia asked her, like, so is Drew still coming? She was like, well, Drew's supposed to be on her way. She said that she was. Cynthia is saying, well, she needs to hurry up. She just been on her way. If she just stays on her way, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, Cynthia, you don't even want, like, based on the way that you motherfuckers was acting at the table, y'all don't even want Drew here. So why the hell do you even want her to show up? If you feel all of these ways for Porsha, if you feel all of this support for the way Porsha feels not inviting Drew, and it's kind of fucked up for Angela to invite Drew on this trip, why do you even want her there? Because at the end of the day, you know that she's supposed to come anyway because it's a group trip, right? So we see Drew walk up to the house, right? We see her walk up to the house. She's in that red wig. I was like, baby, one thing Drew gonna, if she find a good wig, she gonna recycle that bitch. She had it curled up when she asked Brit was she selling cat, and now she just straightened it to a bone straight bust down. It's a little thick. You know, sometimes when it comes to them wigs that got curls in it, you know, when you straighten them, they are a little bit too thick, or maybe you have not straightened it enough, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm really happy to see Drew. I don't know why, but I feel like Drew is such a breath of fresh air this season. This is probably my favorite season of Drew. I don't know. I really feel like I'm fucking with her this season. And because, you know, the first season, I hated her. Well, y'all don't know because I didn't cover that season, but I did not like Drew her first season. I did not want her to come back. Her second season, I was kind of like, eh. The third season, I was like, okay, you know, I'm here for it. You know, now we here. So let's move on. So they have a conversation all together, and you know, Drew is kind of nervous because she's saying, well, how's everybody doing? How are you doing, Angela? Angela says, bitch, I'm surviving. The way I got jumped, ripped, scabbed up last night for inviting you, girl, you need to go and say hi to everybody. Drew is saying, well, I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if I should do that. Angela tells her, I think you should go and talk to Porsha. I think you should go and talk to Porsha, say hi, say something. Drew is a little iffy because she know that in Porsha's part-time that she's a boxer, and an MMA star, and she don't want to get hit with a haymaker because no telling what energy Porsha's on before she puts on that, that go naked wig. Okay? We don't know what Porsha gonna do. Okay? So she goes around, says hi to everybody as they're getting ready. And then in Porsha's room, we see her and Shamia talking. And this was the first time that I liked Shamia's pixie cut because Shamia has been walking around with these Fantasia bangs all season, and it's been irking the shit out of me. It's been irking me. Like, I love that those curls that she did. It looks so cute on her. But once again, here we go, kissing Porsha's ass. So Shamia's in the room. We're in the bathroom with Porsha. She's like, girl, what is this? Girl, what is it? Like, she's looking at all the trash that's in Porsha's room because we all know Porsha don't really clean up. Porsha's not a cleanup woman. Well, actually, maybe Fallon would think differently, but that's not the kind of cleanup woman I'm meaning. I'm meaning that, Portia's not the type to be cleaning up around her house. I can imagine that in Portia's room right now is a box of old KFC food, crumbs on the ground, a old pizza on a nightstand. I can just probably guess that's what it's giving. But Shamia then asks her, right, so how do you think you're going to feel about Drew being on the trip? She says, well, I'm not going to be a mean girl to her. I'm going to treat her with respect. I'm not going to try to make her feel uncomfortable. She's coming, so I'm going to just deal with it. And I was like, okay, that's a very mature stance. That's a mature stance to have. So we see Drew is basically going around the house. She says hi to Brit. She says hey to Kelly. They all say that the other person looks good. And then she sees Porsha. She says, hi, Porsha. How you doing? Porsha gives her a hug. It's very, very jovial. Very kind. It's giving very fake. But at the end of the day, I applaud. Hold on. I applaud her maturity in this moment. But obviously that's going to derail as we go. But in the midst of all of that happening, Drew is trying to figure out where she's going to go because there's apparently two different things happening, right? There's one team doing a whiskey tasting, and then there's another team doing some type of Coyote ugly shit, right? Now, Drew ends up getting on the bus. She goes to the wine tasting, not the wine tasting, but the whiskey tasting with Brit Angela, Cynthia, and herself. In the other team, we have Kelly, Shamia, and Porsha. I was like, now is it just me? What happened to all the hosts from the last episode? Didn't Porsha like invite like 18 hosts to like, try to be a replacement for Kenya? Or was I just imagining that? Where all of them girls went? Did Bravo already boot them off of the trip already? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm tripping because I didn't review that last episode, so I don't know. Maybe if my memory's a little hazy, but was it me or did they bring like 6 girls and Moneta was there? Was they only going to be there for one day? So moving on, because I feel I remember that we have a delay here, right? Now, when Angela and her gang get to the whiskey tasting, right? They all start tasting the whiskey. Angela's telling her how, happy that she is that she's there, whatever the case may be. Then Angela says, well, I just felt like I was just being attacked. I felt like I was being attacked. And then, the whole thing about me being, victimina. I was like, what are we talking about? How are you going to take something that she called Shamina, which her name rhymes with, and call her Victimina? I guess Victimangela wouldn't really have the same ring to it, right? But it was just weird, especially because Brit is saying that she's being a victim. Now, Brit goes in to tell Angela, well, Angela, it's just that you invited her without Porsha's knowledge, and you already knew that she did not like that. And you really was just acting like a victim at the table when you really put yourself into this. And it's kind of like how you were at the party. At the brunch, you just came at me. You just did not support me with everything that happened with Kenya. At the end of the day, I was brutalized. I was torn down. I was made a fool out of. My character was assassinated. Okay? That's what happened. And then Angela is saying, well, the energy that you came with was not giving peaceful brunch. You came at us crazy, right? And then Drew is agreeing with Angela. She was like, the way that you came at us was giving, I'm with the shits. And you can't be upset at us for wanting our friend around, somebody who we've known for a prolonged period of time, and we just missed our friend. And my thing about this is how are you going to say that Angela is being a victim and then go right into being a victim? Side note, Cynthia cuts into the conversation, although her ass was not there, and said, nobody can tell this girl how to feel. Nobody can tell this girl how she should feel. She was humiliated. She was dragged by the coals. Do you know what it feels like to have somebody expose you with a dick in your mouth in front of other people? Do you know how disgusting that is? How despicable that is? How gross that is? So she should be able to feel any way that she wants to feel. I was like, well, damn, Cynthia. Well, shit, Cynthia. And by the way that you acting, I don't even think that you even fucking know Kenya. Do you? You doing all of this for what? All of this for what? For what? You wasn't even there to even know what they were talking about, but here you are, fucking fighting in the name of fucking Brit. A woman who threatened your best friend with gun violence. Now, you wasn't there when that happened, right? But you never defended Kenya about that, but you defended Brit about some shit that you wasn't even there for. And it really fucking bothers me that you're supposed to be Kenya's best friend, and it low-key feels as if you are twisting the knife, that you're magnifying the situation to make it worse, basically validating everything that Brit is saying, and nobody is saying that anything that Kenya did was right. Nobody's saying that. And I think that is being lost on a lot of people. Nobody is saying that anything that Kenya did was okay. But to sit here and act like Kenya just randomly decided to do this is fucking insane. At the end of the day, the bitch decided to threaten your best friend with a gun, a pistol, saying that she had pistols for bitches like her. So she decided to escalate the situation, which she already apologized for at this point. For you to be her best friend, sitting here doing all of this for a bitch you don't even know, but you do know that she threatened her with a gun, is really fucked up. And you, this heavy wig, is really annoying the shit out of me throughout this whole season. Not this whole season, but this whole episode. You was just on the wrong fucking team. Cynthia, girl, we don't need you. We don't need you at all. If you ain't gonna be here and call the shit for what it is, okay, we get it. You called your friend out in the moment and told her the shit was wrong. I'm not mad at that. She was dead ass wrong. But for you to go in other scenes after it, you know, we 3 episodes after, and it was so despicable. It was so gross. How can you tell Brit how to feel? She was humiliated. She was raked by the coals. She was so done wrong. Like, and then for you to get on camera in these fucking interviews and act like you don't know why Kenya cut you the fuck off. Until you do right by Kenya, Cynthia, every wig you gonna have will weigh 200 pounds like it already has. Every wig that you get from a stylist will weigh an additional 100 pounds for every single time you try to exacerbate this Kenya Moore situation. Every single time, your wig will grow in 1% density. Every single time. Until you do right by Kenya, every wig you got gone heavy. And at the end of the day, let's be real here. Nobody disrespected Brit. Nobody disrespected her. Everybody just wanted to know why the fuck is your license in jeopardy. That's it. Nobody told Brit to turn up after all of that. She decided to take it to the left. Angela just asked a question which we all wanted to know. How do you being exposed for sucking dick somehow intermingle with your license being revoked? How does that even work? Can anybody raise a hand if you were working in any job that required you to have a license? Are they investigating you for sucking dick? Is your job investigating you for sucking dick? Can somebody please let me know? Can somebody let me know? I want to know. And if the shit was on public record anyway, before you got the license, if they didn't give a fuck, then I don't think that they'll give a fuck after you get the license. But based on the pressure that Angela is getting put under by Cynthia and that wig, you know, because that wig is very heavy. So I can only imagine the amount of pressure that Angela was under with Cynthia and that wig. So she ended up apologizing to Brit because she feels that she did not give Brit the support that she deserves. I'm like, Angela, you don't have to apologize for a motherfucking thing. Okay? You don't have to apologize for shit. You don't. And that's on Mary had a deep throat or Brit had a deep throat. You don't have to apologize for another motherfucking thing because you was not wrong for asking a question we all wanted to know. A question that is very reasonable to a response of somebody saying that their license got revoked, especially when you already have your own license anyway. Hold on. I gotta respond back to this message. Give me 1 second. Ooh, I'm getting hot. Damn. Hold on, y'all. These lights is hot as a bitch. Excuse me. Excuse the hell out of me. Ooh, shit. Whew. All right, I'm feeling like Angela. Woo. All right, so Angela ends up apologizing, y'all. She ends up apologizing, and then Brit says that she appreciates it, and whatever the case may be. We go to the next scene and see Porsha, Kelly, and Shamia doing their best rendition of Coyote Ugly. And I'm just wondering, okay, Shamia, we get it. We get it, Shamia. You like to suck your husband's dick. We get it. Like Shamia, you didn't already reference you sucking your husband dick at this point by 3 times. Ain't nothing about your husband attractive. I don't want to think about you sucking that man at all. Please leave us out the group chat. Just take the shirt off. Child, be quiet, D-Boy2Envy. So you can say they get you hot. No, they don't get me hot. I run hot, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to conserve my energy and not run my energy bill up. So I'm trying to leave my house at 70 degrees, y'all. But if y'all don't know anything about Jeremy, I get hot. I'm from Las Vegas. Okay, I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. So in Las Vegas, it's usually 120 degrees outside. So whenever you walk into anybody's house out there in Las Vegas, it's going to be cold as shit. They're going to have like they AC set at 68 degrees, you know, all throughout the year. You know, so I'm not used to being in a house that's over 68 degrees. Like I'm from a place where you need your air conditioner run all day long. I'm used to living in a cold house. That's what I prefer. Like if you ever come in my home, you will understand how cold it is in this bitch. But I'm trying to be different, trying to change. Move with the times. This bitch is expensive out here, okay? But like I was saying, because y'all get me off topic. Like I was saying, so now we at the Coyote Ugly event, and we see them doing classes on how to drink shots out of shot glasses, how to shake up, you know, beverages, alcoholic with your ass cheeks. And I'm like, well, I wonder, are y'all gonna wipe that shit down and sanitize it after y'all, you know, use it to serve other people beverages? Like, do y'all just usually let people and in these classes just put all of y'all materials on their ass cheeks? Is this what y'all be doing? I would be very finicky to go there to get a drink if you ask me. If hoes is just putting shit in their ass, I like, you know, we just got out of COVID. The last thing I'm trying to do is get pink eye. I can't do that. I have my air on 55 to sleep and 68 in the day in Atlanta. 55? Now that's too motherfucking cold for me. That's too much. 55 is crazy. Now 68, 66 is where, as 66 is the lowest I'll go. Maybe 65, but 55 is basically Arctic winter at this point. Is that actually Aubrey? How you doing? I'm just, I love the support. Thank y'all for coming in here. If y'all don't know anything about Ashley Aubrey, she's kind of like, she's low key one of the starters for, you know, Jeremy Speaks. That's where I kind of like really started to hop on panels and, you know, really get myself, you know, into doing reviews. She really helped me out with that. So much love to Aubrey, okay? But you know, it can't be a scene with Porsha if we don't mention Drew, right? Can't be a scene with Porsha if we don't mention Drew. So we actually go to Porsha saying that she felt that Angela set Drew up, right? She said that Angela had already got the table to feel negatively about Drew. And I was like, I don't really recall that happening. Now, Shamia actually let it be known that it was a conversation had with her and Angela where she said that she felt that she was upset with Drew because she felt that Drew was kind of talking about her to Kelly. Now, I don't really know if you would call that talking shit, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she should have just said that to Drew, because at the end of the day, Shamia is determined to be up Porsha's ass. So you can't trust anything that this fucking Fantasia head ass woman has to say, unfortunately. And this is where, once again, I have to take back exactly what I told Scotty. And y'all, can y'all all give a congratulations for Scotty because he's won his Boss Babe Award this year. You know, they just had the Boss Babe Award, so let's give a hand clap for Scotty. He won. You know, my bitch won. But I'm going to have to take that you was right shit back about Shamia. I have to take it. You can't win everything. You can't win everything. And she had me up until this episode. And then I remember exactly why I don't like Shamia. I was like, this is exactly why I don't like her. This Shamia that was on this episode was the same Shamia that was going to Kenya Moore event, a woman who she barely knew, drinking shit out of the fucking model bottles that she was doing. Like, why was you even doing that? Just to be a Porsha ass? Yes, congratulations, Scotty. Y'all going down there and go and message him on Instagram and tell him congratulations. That's what my friend deserves. He be working hard, y'all. I've been in Atlanta almost every month since his birthday. And let me tell you something. When Scotty is off of work, the motherfucker just be in his room just recording content. The room be 150 degrees. Because Scotty like to have the heat on in his room. Mind you, Atlanta is at least 82 degrees outside. But he be in that room with the door closed and the heat on, making content consistently. He deserves every award that he gets, okay? Congratulations to you, Scotty. I love you so much. And, you know, I can't wait for you to get another Boss Babe Award, okay, friend? You see, Porsha, that's how, you see this, Porsha? This is how you uplift your friend. This is how you say congratulations to your friend, right? Oh, and congratulations to Chef Dun Dun because he was nominated. I don't know if Chef Dun Dun won or not because I have not checked back on Instagram. I just remember Jamari had just texted me and told me that Scotty won, so I know that, but I didn't know if Chef Dun Dun won. If Chef Dun Dun won, congratulations. You know, if not, bitch, you still got him for the next time because you that bitch. All right. All right, y'all. So let's move on. So now Porsha is basically saying that she feels that Angela set up Drew. And Kelly is in the fucking background like, I was like, Kelly, you just go wherever the fucking wind blow, don't you? You just go wherever the wind blow. You never know what Kelly gonna agree with because Kelly just agrees with whatever strong personality is around her. That's all you do. That's all you do. I thought that when you came onto this show that you was gonna stand on your own too. That you was gonna be your own beach. That you was gonna just be your own woman. But I see, Kelly, that you are a flip-flopper, a follower, and you fake. And no matter what anybody says around you, you just gonna agree with the shit. So let's move on. So everybody gets back on gets back on the bus, right? Also, y'all, let me say this because I forgot to mention this. So on their way to both of the venues, Shamia apparently gets some type of text message, and it's like from a lady. I couldn't really piece together what exactly was connecting, but she says that a lady who she did Kenya Moore's event about domestic violence. I think it was in 2018, and she was saying that the woman apologized for something because she was being a little mean to her or whatever the case may be, and then that kind of reminded her or brought back some old memories about her ex beating her ass and knocking her out her red bottoms. And she was just, and she said on top of everything happening with Shiloh, it was just, was y'all just confused as I was? And y'all know I'm here for, I will always be here to uplift domestic violence victims, but I just did not understand the connection. So was she saying that the person that texted her reminded her of the event that she was at, where she was going through all the abuse that she was in her last marriage? Let me know, okay? I just y'all, we I guess we gonna have to just revisit this at the end of this review. But I was just like, what are we? What? Shamia, the scene did feel misplaced. That's why my mind kind of just skipped over it. But I was like, oh, hold on, I'm forgetting something. So yeah, I got lost after text. Yeah, I was very confused. I did not understand what the fuck was going on. I'm glad I'm not the only one. But let's continue. So we back on the bus. Everybody look like they damn near drunk at this point. Brit looked like she is fucking sloshed. Brit looked like me when I get drunk. Baby, once I hit that maximum amount of alcohol my body can take, I get sleepy. I would be around here looking like, the only thing alcohol really make me want to do is sleep and fuck. That's it. My hormones gonna start racing and I'm gonna get real drunk. I'm gonna be dancing my ass off, real happy. But once I hit when I get over that threshold and I get way too drunk, I just need to go to sleep. That's it. That's it. All right, so now we back at the house, right? Everybody goes into their respective corners because at this point, we all drunk, we toe up, and we need to take a nap because y'all, these women are over 30, 35, 36 years old. And I can't tell you how many times I done got drunk and I needed a little kitty nap. And I just turned 30 this year in March 3rd, by the way. Your boy is 30. I'm 30 now. I'm not in my 20s no more. I'm getting older or whatever. Yeah. I'm glad I made it here. I'm glad I'm alive and such. But yeah, I can only imagine what it feels like when you damn near 45 and 48 and you getting drunk. But baby, one thing about it and one thing for sure, Cynthia can put them shots away. Cynthia was just down in them bitches. I was like, maybe that's why her wig is so heavy, because it's absorbing all that alcohol. Cynthia, your wig is extra absorbent. Maybe that's what it is. Why this wig looks so heavy this episode. Hey Jeremy, I'm so happy you're reviewing RHOA. I'm happy too. I'm happy too. I was kind of iffy about it. I was kind of iffy about how y'all was gonna take it. How I was gonna do, because although I reviewed Real Housewives of Potomac, when I tried to review Real Housewives of Atlanta, it just didn't feel right. I tried to do it, and the review just felt like my spirit was not agreeing with it. And then the views wasn't really hitting like that. Y'all really wasn't fucking with it like that. So it didn't really make sense for me to do it. Especially because I hated Marlo, Sheree, and that crow's neck, Courtney was her. I think that was her name. And then Sonya was annoying the shit out of me. I didn't like nobody on the cast. I didn't like nobody on those prior seasons. So yeah. All right. So now everybody is getting their rest in, and we see Cynthia now, and I guess it's some time later, right? Cynthia's on the couch and she is getting offered a beverage by a fine ass black cowboy. And I ain't gonna lie, Cynthia, that man was looking at you like you was a snack. I was like, he probably gonna want $20 after, after the session if you let him fuck. Don't fuck him. Men like that, that's young. That young, you gonna probably have to break them off a piece of your check. Don't do it, sis. Go around now and fuck somebody your own age. Or make sure that they just want to have sex because they're attracted to you. These boys be seeing a lot of dollar signs when they look at y'all. He saw the cameras and he was like, is there anything I can get you, ma'am? Are you sure it's anything else? I got a bed in the back. If you need a back massage, if you need me to, to massage massage your back, I got you. Call me, Cynthia. Fuck with a real nigga. And that's on Mary. That's on Mary had a little lamb in the cowboy boots I'm wearing right now. Okay. Brit comes out. She's like, Cynthia, oh my God, you look so good. Cynthia's like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. I was like, Cynthia, you just gonna get his gun toting, gun slinging whole all of the fucking compliments in the world, ain't you? And y'all, look, this is how insincere Brit was about that fucking apology that she gave to Kenya. Because Angela comes downstairs, because it's been some time now. All of the old hoes got they breast, okay? So she comes down and Angela was like, ooh, I imagine, you got a whip, don't you? She was like, Brit, I'm pretty sure you have a whip. She was like, I do, but I just not with me. I was like, see, Cynthia, you sitting here giving this bitch compliments and she making jokes about the weapon she said that she was going to beat your friend ass with. Cynthia, you a clown. You a clown, Cynthia. You a clown. But God damn it, Angela, if you ain't look good this episode, Angela body is crazy. Angela body is insane. If Charles ain't hitting that and he choosing to hit some old young hoes on the side, y'all be wasting y'all time. Let me tell you something, Angela. Angela, you look good, bitch. I don't know if it's the Botox that you got in your nose. I don't know what it is, but you be looking good. Maybe in another world, if you was like 30, not 30 years old, younger, 26 years younger, maybe 20 years younger. No, maybe 18 years younger. No, 19 years younger, maybe. I could holler at you. But it's giving it's giving that if Charles is really out here fucking all of these random bitches, it's a waste. Your body going to waste. Cause let me tell you something, she was looking good. And this ain't the first, and this is probably the third time I was like, Angela looking, I don't know, maybe, and Angela probably got one of them faces where you gotta get used to it. When you initially see the nose, you kind of like, damn. But as you're around it more, you get more used to it, and the better she start looking. Cause I'm like, at this point, Angela is right up there with Porsha as far as like give the face and the body given, this season, with her and Shamia. So I was like, damn, she looked good. But y'all, they all come down. Shamia comes down dressed like Miss Seeley from The Color Purple. What the fuck did you have on, Shamia? Shamia, what did you have on? How come every single time we need you to just dress like you have some sense, Shamia, you don't know where to find your clothes? Now, what in the touch me on the inside and call my name is going on? You look like a character from Beloved. I'm not gonna lie. It's giving hella Eve's by you. I did not like whatever Shamia was wearing. Whatever you got that color purple dress, you need to take it back. Don't ever in your life. And then to wear the shoes and the hat that you had with it, and then the little giddy up walk that she did down the stairs. I was like, y'all. Shamia can't be her real, like Porsha can't be her real friend. Because I would have told, like, a real friend would have told you to change. Child. But anyway, so everybody is just giggling, having a good time, laughing, and kiki and a ka, and then all of a sudden the energy shifts when Porsha in that beautiful bust down wig comes downstairs. She comes down. Hey everybody. They're like, Porsha, what's wrong? She was like, nothing. Are we ready? Let's go downstairs. I'm like, here we go. Porsha, are you okay? Because then everybody starts to go downstairs. But, Shamia, because Shamia is her lap dog. Shamia is her, house slave. Shamia is like, Porsha, are you okay? Are you all right? Porsha, please don't be sad. No, it's your day. This is your trip. It's all about you. Please be okay. Please. And I'm just like, this is too much. This too much. This is tired. This is so worn out. Porsha lets us know that somebody gave her a call and let her know that Drew and Dennis recorded a scene before Drew came to the trip. I was like, who the fuck did that besides production? I was like, the only person who would know about Drew taping with Dennis, because don't y'all have a non-disclosure agreement, will have to be somebody either from Drew's team or the production team. That's the only person to know. So it's production being messy and putting Drew in dangerous situations where she may or may not get her ass whooped on this trip. The world has yet to know. The world may find out. The world may not find out. But we go downstairs, y'all. We go downstairs. And another thing, Kelly, what the fuck did you have on? What in the cowgirl hell did you have on? And why is it that whatever you did have on looked like it could barely hold up your titties? Do better, Kelly. Do better, Kelly. Because this you was just giving you're going down. It's going down. It's giving down. So now, this is my thing. Porsha is upset about Drew going and doing a scene with Dennis, right? Now, she already apologized for not letting you know, right? She already apologized for not letting you know. And here we are, you upset because she's filming a scene with him as her producer. It doesn't make sense. So when she apologized to you and just said that she wanted y'all to be good, that she would never do anything with Dennis, all of that other shit, Did you expect her not to film with him? Was you expected, like, was the understanding of the last conversation that y'all had about this for her not to film with him? Now, whatever yo fucking baby daddy do is his business, right? But it's the energy that you have towards Drew. It's so pathetic. It's so delusional for you to imagine or to even think that although your ex is producing this woman's album, for him to not film with her for said album. Where in the fuck do you get off thinking that you own people? Where the fuck do you get off thinking that this whole cast revolves around you? See, this is why we needed Kenya here, because we needed something to balance this out. But something tells me Kenya would have been up Porsha's ass as well. But at the end of the day, Porsha, the world don't revolve around you and them fucking teeth. And that jiggly, and that all that jiggliness that you got. It don't revolve around that. No matter how beautiful, no matter how big your teeth is, how jiggly all your body parts may be, and how good you may look, that does not absolve you from the accusation that I feel in my heart that you may be a narcissist and a sociopath. See, Porsha, in them earlier seasons, your titties and all the ass and the purple wigs and the beautiful bust downs and curly wigs that you used to wear used to really have me, blinded, because I'm a man at the end of the day. But now it's been years. I'm used to it now. I see past all of that, and I can see you for the low down, dirty scuttlebutt that you are, for you to be pulling this. See, the thing about it is you ain't got nothing going on, Porsha. You ain't got nothing going on. You can't really film at your house. You can't really talk about your ex-husband at this point. You can't really get into the specifics because you also don't want to get dragged. So what we gonna do? We're gonna drag out this drama with Drew and Dennis. It means so much that I'm filming with Dennis. It means so much that I'm doing the album with Dennis. But meanwhile, you stole a whole bitch husband who was up to be a full cast member and made a whole spinoff show and included him in it. So what the fuck is it with the hypocrisy? Huh, Porsha? We the people want to know. Where do you get off thinking that you can go and do a whole show with somebody's husband? He was still married, but we can't even fucking do an album with Dennis. Girl, please. So they all go down there to the table, right? And they all sitting down. Everybody energy is done. Everybody energy is just off because Porsha is determined to make this the most uncomfortable scene ever. Okay. Porsha gets in her seat. She's like, I was like, Porsha, you've already put the wig on each side of your shoulder like 5 times. At this point, Porsha, which side do you want the wig to be on? Just be a real bitch and say how you really feel at this point. I was like, Porsha, if you just want all the attention in the room, just say that. Just say that. So Angela takes it upon herself, y'all. Ooh, my bad. Angela takes it upon herself to make the to light this up. Can I just say once again, Angela is carrying this season on her back. Angela is carrying this season on her back. Am I lying? Is Angela not carrying this season on her back? Is she not? Is she not? Let me know. Let me know. Because from what I'm seeing, without Porsha, not without Porsha, but without Angela, we ain't getting shit done because Angela is the only bitch to be comfortable to stand on her own 2 feet. LaToya Jackson knows and all. She will stand on her own 2 in the paint and fight everybody if she has to, while the rest of you bitches is sitting there buckling underneath the Porsche. I was gonna see the Porsche. I mean the pressure. The Porsche is putting y'all under. Y'all, I would have never ever thought in my life I would have saw Kelly become a follower like this. I already knew that it was in you, Brit. I already knew that it was in you because the streets allegedly saying that your husband is really a pimp. That be getting bent over at the Houston, lifestyle lounge, gay sex parties, allegedly. If y'all want to see me get into that, please go to the last live that I did about Kenya Moore confessionals. We went into that. I even looked up the Twitter site for this place. And it was definitely real. Okay, y'all, please go check out that Kenya Moore confessional live that I did. I was gagged because when I was gagged because even the time frame of her husband's, Cashapp was just after they do their next. I think it's 1 a.m. They 2 a.m. to like 4:59 a.m. Sex party session. That I'm just letting y'all know what I seen. I'm just letting y'all know what I seen, okay? I'm just letting y'all know what I seen. I don't know if any of it is fact. I don't know why her husband, coincidentally sent that gay man $30, which is the exact amount of money needed to get entry into the sex parties that Lifestyle Lounge is throwing in Atlanta and in Houston. Okay, I don't know, but I'm just letting you know that that's what I seen. But we're gonna move on. But anyway, Angela tells the table, she was like, at the end of the day, I'm just a little hurt because for you to call me a victimina, where did that come from? I don't think that I'm a victim. Like, where did that come from? And then Brit says, "Oh, so you didn't take anything out of our conversation." I was like, "Well, no, she didn't, Brit, because nothing that came out of that conversation had any brevity to it. Just because Cynthia has been a dunderhead don't mean that the rest of the women are going to also be dunderheads with heavy wigs. That means that when she got back to her room and she thought everything over and she really went back over everything that you said and how that brunch went, she was like, no, I wasn't wrong. Which you should always do. After every conversation that you should have with somebody, go back home and think it over. Go back over every single conversation that y'all done had. What's up, Brandon? And let us know, not let us know, but let yourself know if you was in the wrong in those situations. And I guarantee you, after she did that, she realized she was not. And she wants to know why she has to be a victim. Well, the Cashapp was $32. The Cashapp was $32 to cover, the tax. Or the fee that you get, but like, yeah, it was $32. But I'm just saying that I'm just mentioning the 30, but it was 32. I'm just letting y'all know that's what I saw. I don't know what the Cashapp was for. I don't know if the Cashapp is real, but the man showed the Cashapp. But at the end of the day, y'all are getting me off topic. I gotta stop looking at these comments. Okay, we right here. All right, I'm not gonna look at that. But like I was saying, she's wanting to know how she's a victim because y'all know Drew had to come to the fucking thing anyway. So why are we acting like Drew was never gonna show up? We knew there was a group event, there was a group trip, so she had to be there. So she's saying to Porsha, it seems that you want to hold me accountable, but nobody can ever hold you accountable. And why can't we hold you accountable, Porsha? Cynthia's like, I think that we should move on. I was like, Cynthia, I think that you should go home. That's what I think. I think that you should take your ass home, Cynthia. We didn't ask you anything. We didn't ask you to change the motherfucking topic. We didn't ask you to. I'm so sick and tired of you motherfucking hoes trying to stop Angela when she starts to eat. When Angela starts cooking, every single one of you hoes always end up interrupted. I think that we should move on. I think that we should death the conversation. I think that we should try to, change it up. Like, no. Let Angela get into the shit that she needs to get into. Every single time Angela starts to eat y'all hoes up, here comes some random hoe in the group. Can we please move on? Can we please change the topic? I think we should move on. No. Let us stay right here. Let us remain in space. Let us remain in this space. So Porsha gonna tell Angela, you can kiss my ass. Angela can kiss my ass. Angela says, no, America has already kissed your ass enough. She was like, you first. She says, oh, that's how you really feeling, Porsha? That's how you really feeling? You really feel that way, Porsha? Got it. Gotcha. Watch out, Cynthia got a high kick. I ain't worried about that high kick. I already know that wig probably weighing her down, in 2025. So she can't kick that leg that high. Okay? I ain't worried about getting kicked. So it's not Drew, but Angela goes and says, Porsha's never been held accountable. Even when you, Kelly, when you asked her about what you asked her about when we first met, you never got your answer. Kelly's like, this isn't about me. Those are two different situations. I was like, is it? She was like, I got my answer. I was like, did you? Did you get your answer, Kelly? When did you get your answer? When did Porsha answer that question for you, Kelly? She never did. She never did. Kelly, you so fucking fake. You so fucking fake. You are a flip-flopper, a follower, and you fake. You've been giving multiple stories in every single one of your interviews. You've been giving multiple stories in every single one of these fucked up interviews that you're doing. Brit actually, I did know her to have a gun. At the end of the day, what Brit did, what Kenya did, like, you don't know which side you want to be on. You don't. Please get the fuck. Please get the fuck. Please get the fuck. At the end of the day, instead of even asking Porsha about the husband, because at this point, it ain't like you really standing 10 toes down in it because you truthfully want to be Porsha's friend. The real question that you should have been asking is when I'm going to give that $100,000 to the person I'm leasing my motherfucking restaurant from. That's the answer that we really need to know. And that you really should have been looking for instead of why Porsha was fucking somebody's husband, because obviously you really don't care. And we're going to really get into it. The audacity of you to even ask that question and be around her when she says what she says later in the episode. Like, you really fucked up. You sitting here buying your daughter 17 designer bags. Meanwhile, you owe $140,000 to that motherfucking lease, to that leasing. Don't you? So we wasting money on bags. We wasting money on stylists. We wasting money on extravagant cars and shit. Hold on. Thank you, Cammy. Wait, I want to give a thanks to the other person that gave me a Cashapp the other day as well. Let me take some time to do that. I want to thank you, Tam, for your Cashapp. I'm happy that you're enjoying the live, sis. If y'all want to donate to a nigga Cashapp, the Cashapp is right. I think it's right here. Right here. Underneath in the corner of this video. I know that the image is flipped the other way for y'all, so y'all can't see what I'm seeing. So I'm trying to point in the opposite direction. But I want to thank y'all so much for donating to Cashapp. Y'all know it helps keep the lights on around here. All right. Y'all know this ain't easy. Okay. I appreciate every single one of y'all giving me anything, regardless if it's a like, if it's a comment. I really enjoy y'all supporting my content and supporting me. Okay. Thank y'all so much. But let me continue. Oh, also, I want to thank you as well, Ray Anthony Robinson, as well. Thank you for your Cash App. Thank you, S.A. Williams. Thank you, Daquila, as well. So thank y'all so much. But let me continue, okay? But yeah, that $140,000. Where that at? You can afford all this other shit, right? But you can't afford to pay your actual lease agreement. Pay what you owe. A lot of y'all out here doing fraudulent shit, acting on shit with facades and shit. When we gonna be some real bitches here? Okay, so the next thing that hold on, y'all, give me 1 second. Damn. My bad, yo. This cat is he starts jumping all over the damn desk. But anyway, like I was saying, it's kind of strange how all of these women are just lying to themselves, just trying to appease Porsha in every way possible. And it's really fucking tired. And I really do appreciate Angela for standing 10 toes down on what the fuck she was saying. So Drew decides to ask, so Porsha, are you okay with me being here? This is Porsha. Yeah, I'll have a bottle of whiskey, please. Yeah, can you please bring that down? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You straight. Like, bitch, who are you supposed to be? This is not the Porsha that was on the first season, y'all. This was not the Porsha that was out here making sermons about homosexuality and you need to be released from homosexuality. This is not the Porsha that was married to Cordell. This is not the nice, bubbly Porsha. This Porsha is that was what that other Porsha was without all of that fake facade that she was giving us at that time. You really are a nasty little individual, aren't you? And you're really pathetic at this point. Child, so Drew says, I just want to know if you're okay with me being here. I came bearing gifts. I have a bottle of whiskey for you. Like, Porsha's looking at her like, I'm like, Porsha, you at this point, bitch, you could take you and that fucking wig upstairs. Please. It's ugh. It's just the attitude was just so ugly, was just so nasty. So Drew decides to get up, right? Drew decides to get up and she's like, you know, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go because this is just too much. I'm just gonna go. They're like, Drew, where you going? Why are you leaving? Where you going? I was like, Shamia, you need to shut the fuck up. Because wasn't you and the rest of the bitches that you were with last episode allegedly claiming that she was out here sucking Dennis' dick? Like, please get your fake Fantasia loaf head ass on. Because you're really getting the fuck on my nerves. And everybody is sitting here acting like they want Drew here. But when Angela brought it up, nobody was saying that Drew deserves to be here. But now all of a sudden the bitch is here. Y'all want her to just sit here and be abused by Porsha and her fucking bone straight bust down wig. Fuck y'all. At the end of the day, Drew, have enough respect for yourself and you get up and you leave. You ain't got to deal with this shit. Period. Okay? So you get your red wig up and you go. Because you know what? You are going through a lot, allegedly, that may or may not be fake. I can't tell if your divorce is real or not, but at the end of the day, you say that you're going through it, so you're going through it. You're going through shit. Don't sit here and be like Shamia and let yourself be abused by this big jiggly titty, big jiggly booty having hoe. You ain't got to deal with that. Have some respect for yourself. Like you and Angela. You ain't got to be a slave like Shamia. You ain't got to deal with that. You ain't got to be no house nigga. Get your ass up and go home. Shit. It's probably your weekend to watch the kids anyway. You probably took time from the kids knowing that next weekend you got to go pack up and go down there to the Red Roof Inn and stay there for a whole weekend so Ralph can come up from the basement and enjoy time with the kids. You ain't got to deal with this. Damn it. I kind of went on a tangent there. So Drew gets up and Porsha's in the confessional saying, I have been so nice to this girl since she been here. And if me saying you straight is enough to make you leave, then that's on you, sis. I'm like, Porsha, please. Porsha, please. Please. What's up with Brit and the cowhide outfits? Maybe she got it from Kelly. Man, I think that Kelly ended up giving Brit her stylist, or her stylist ended up working for Brit. And I think the stylist is the one who gave them the cow print. Just like, the stylist allegedly had Brit dressed like a buffalo on her Watch What Happens Live episode, child. Who knows? But needless to say, they go like Porsha gets up, goes upstairs, and Cynthia is following her upstairs. Shamia, Angela, and I think it was Kelly goes to Drew's room and see how she's doing. And Drew's like, I'm just going through so much. I really just can't deal with this. I don't have to deal with this. I have real shit. And if she can't be an adult, I don't have any. I was like, Drew, if I was you, I would mush the shit out of Shamia and get her the fuck up out my room. Because if you only knew that if only you knew that she was with that other group on the first episode of this trip, basically alluding to you sucking dick, then you wouldn't even be in the room with her right now. But apparently y'all is some fake hoes. Now the show is entertaining me. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna act like this season is not really giving. It's giving for me. I don't know about y'all. Now, am I hurt that King is gone? Yes. But am I enjoying this season? I must say I am. But is Angela basically sparking this whole season up? I'm not mad. She is, but I'm not mad at this season. So I'm not gonna stop watching because Kenya gone. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Kenya made her own decisions. Okay. I may be Team Squirrel adjacent, but I refuse to let one woman stop me from getting my money. Okay. This is a good season. Y'all tripping. Cause I be seeing people, they were like, this season is trash. I was like, no, it's not. This season is pretty good. This is a good season. This is way better than the last 3 seasons of Atlanta. Can we all agree on that? Can we all agree on that or not? I don't even watch. Okay, but Cynthia's in the room, y'all, with Porsha, and Portia's like, I'm not, at the end of the day, it's just not I don't have to check Drew about anything going on with Dennis, because Dennis is the one that owes me loyalty. Dennis is the one that has to answer and get all of that smoke. Drew is not worth all of that. And I don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm going at Angela. I was like, you don't even know why you're going at Angela? But you just sitting here attacking her and calling her Victimina. And you really don't even know why you mad at her. I stopped watching because of Kenya, but I'm letting y'all know, y'all, this season is pretty good. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. This, it's pretty, it's not that good. Okay, y'all. I'm not about to fight y'all. I'm not. We just think differently apparently. Okay, and that's fine. That's fine, y'all. Like my ears itching. Excuse me. All right, but she like Portia's crying. She's like she got a battle against all of these men in her life, and I'm like, girl, what men are you battling against besides Simon? Drew, like Dennis is not fighting you because he is doing Drew's album. Cynthia is just like, yeah. And she's like, what if I go do a podcast with Leon and not tell you? She was like, I would have a very bad problem with that. I would have a very bad that. I was like, Cynthia, can you please take your ass home? Porsha does not need to kiss her ass right now. This is really sad, y'all. I would have never thought I would have saw the day where everybody is following Porsha. Do y'all realize this Porsha first time being in charge of the girls like this? Every other time on each season, Porsha has either been on her own or Porsha has been following up behind Nene. But this is or Phaedra, but this is Porsha's first time just dominating these women like this. And this is very sad. It's very sad. Because Porsha's just so immature, so childish, and she doesn't come from a place of logic or understanding. It's just very sad. Cynthia can't dictate what Leon does. I was like, has Cynthia always been this dingy? I don't know. I used to really like Cynthia. And I still kind of do. But this shit that she pulling this season, bitch, you gotta go. You gotta get on. You gotta get up and get on now. All right, so let's move on to the last part, right? And y'all, I need to take a break real quick for this. I need to take a quick break. In the meantime, y'all like the video, please. Okay. And I will be back in about 1 minute. Oh. My bad. All right. Okay, cool. We gotta hurry up. So now, after everything that transpired with the rest of the girls, right? After everything transpired with the rest of the girls, Angela is in her room. It's around 2 a.m., 2:30. The rest of the girls are Buster Grubbin. I was. Now the rest of the girls are, shaking titties by the pool, twerking. Everybody, meaning Shamia, Kelly, Brit, Porsha. Drew's probably asleep or left, and Angela is in her room talking to her husband. Now, Angela says that while she was like up, she heard her name being mentioned by the pool. Now, she said that she heard Kelly say, not Kelly, but she heard Porsha say, I'm a fuck Charles. She said she heard her say that. Shamia's acting like she doesn't know what was said, right? But Kelly's in the confessional says like Porsha may or may not have said that she will fuck Charles if Angela keeps fucking with her. And I was like, wow, Kelly, you supposed to be like this woman. I need to watch my man around. Do I need to watch my man around Porsha? Isn't that what you said in the first and second episode? Now you sitting here keying with a bitch who's literally saying that she may fuck somebody's husband who's on the cast. Like, you really are a fucking clown, ain't you? All of you bitches are clowns, including you, Shamia. Including you, Brit. But we already knew Brit was a fucking clown. But for y'all to sit there while she's saying that, and this is the thing about you, Shamia. This is why bitches can't really be fucking cool with you like that. And it's because you are a fucking follower. You follow up behind people's asses. And although you and Angela are cool, you don't have no fucking problem talking shit about bitches just because Porsha don't like them. Now, you and her was supposed to be cool. You and her are supposed to have this fucking olive branch. You did all of that fake ass shit when you came to the bank dinner that she had with a fucking olive branch, right? But now you downstairs talking about in Charles to be going and fucking everybody. You know, Charles be out there with all of these women, but you ain't heard that from me. You really are dirty as shit. You really dirty for that. Because let's be clear here. Rumors are going to come out about you and your husband. Rumors going to come out about you and your husband. And for you to be going through all of the shit that you're going through with your daughter's health, you trying to have a baby, you not being supported. Angela, out of everybody, was the one who supported your music when your best friend, who you sitting here talking shit with, didn't even think that you could really sing for real. Although she been hearing you fucking sing since y'all was like 10. This is fucking disgusting. Every single one of y'all is some dirty ass bitches. So the next morning, right, Kelly and Brit are like, you know, they say that Angela was recording us and stuff like that. But Angela is getting up, you know, she's packed and she's ready to go. She's by the door. She says, I'm done with you bitches, period. Kelly fake ass goes over there and says, well, hey, good morning. She was like, I don't want to be fake. You was down there kicking with these bitches while they were all talking shit about me. I never done nothing to you. You sitting here laughing and keying about all of the shit that they talking about my husband. And you in my face telling me good morning, talking about you just so chipper. Fuck you. You're a follower. You're a puppet. All you bitches are puppets. You, Shamia, Brit, all of y'all are Porsha's puppets. And all of y'all can kiss my ass. And that's how the episode ended. I am so y'all listen. I was burning on the inside when I felt that I was wrong about Shamia. Cause I hate being wrong. I don't like being wrong. I'll accept that I'm wrong, but I don't like being wrong. But I'm so happy that exactly what I felt about Shamia, she is proven to me that she was always going to do. Be a follower, be fake, be a liar. You know, stop. Michael, go. You're going to make me cut up on here. But yeah, y'all, that was the end of the episode. What y'all thought about it? Shamia's a clown. She's a clown, y'all. And there's no help in that. Okay? But listen, I gotta go. It's 11:16. I've been on here for about 2 hours now. I want to thank y'all so much for watching my content, and I want all of you guys to know that you are loved, and nobody ever told you today. I love you, okay? I want you guys to know that you guys have purpose, that you guys have meaning, and that you guys are meant to be here. And the special thing I want y'all to do is love yourself, okay? Because when you don't love yourself, you end up a 45-year-old fucking follower following up behind a bitch who's a liar, pathological liar, and a bitch that still husbands. You end up being a follower to that girl. And we don't want you to be that, right? Because then that would make us, start dressing like we in the 90s rap music video with Fantasia bangs and shit. Not knowing how to dress, lying, starting shit with bitches on the sake of somebody else. We would hate that, right? We don't want to do that. But y'all, listen, I want to thank y'all so much. I love every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. Please like the video. And until the next time, see y'all next week. Okay, y'all? All right, y'all. Peace. Bye.